Hey everybody, welcome to Ref Time, powered by RTS and produced by Coraggio Media. I'm Tanya.
And I'm Crane. We'll be covering rules, plays, points of emphasis, and all things official. We're back with the great
Nicole
Sisson. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
It sounds
on.
so French.
You nailed it. Sisson?
Sisson.
Yeah, there you go. I like
I noticed
it.
your face got
There's some
excited when I said Sisson.
French for you, right? Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show, Nicole. We appreciate you coming on.
Yes.
We couldn't get you on during the school year because you
I
were so
know.
busy.
I know. It's almost like I have a job or something, you know?
Yeah.
I'm doing stuff. No, I'm happy to be here. So
Well,
it's
thank you for
exciting.
joining us.
Yeah, thank
So Nicole is actually the head varsity coach at Heritage for
You're
the
supposed
girls.
to let her tell us what she does.
Okay, but I didn't. So
Tanya's doing a great job. I'm
Tanya's
just
breaking
saying.
all the rules.
thank you.
She's
Thanks,
breaking
Nicole.
all
It's
the
all right.
rules. And she made the rules. That's what's so crazy.
So anyway, so yes, but she's actually twofold. So she is not only a coach, she is also an official. And so we want to know, why did you get into officiating? How long have you been coaching? Why did you get into officiating? How long have you been doing that now?
Yeah. I've been coaching for 12 years now.
Okay.
So junior high for a couple, JV for 7, and then during 2020, I transitioned to the varsity head coach, and this is going to be my 4th year in that. And so I actually I remember how I got paired up with you guys. We were at B. Antonio's, as in
That's right.
as
I remember
in we like ran into each other.
Yep.
Right.
and
Yep.
and you kind of planted a bug of, hey, we're doing this referee training school, would you be interested, right? And you gave me a couple of really good reasons how it would help me as a coach, and just advocated for officiating. And so it worked, and and so I attended the RTS class in fall of 2021.
Okay.
And actually like it was a really, really great learning experience for me. I think my intent initially was to learn the game better and have like both perspectives, because I know I'm like a very high energy coach, and sometimes it's easy to kind of get wrapped up in that moment, and I think taking the class and actually doing officiating has actually helped me have a broader perspective and understanding of like everybody's role is challenging.
Exactly.
Everybody makes mistakes. It doesn't matter if you're a coach, if you're a player, if you're an official, and the way that all of those parties improve and get better is you've got to learn, you've got to do it, you got to make mistakes. And so for me, it actually really changed my coaching perspective, because I'm going to be honest, we coaches won every call. We
Right.
just do, right?
Not
right.
every call.
Not every call, but
but 100.
90%.
Like
99.9.
9 out of 10, I'm good with that, right? I would be in the bonus real quick. So, right, but I think that it just helped me gain this whole new respect for officials, and just how their job is hard, and they are under scrutiny from everybody in the gym.
Yeah.
Right, and at the end of the day, most officials, and I would almost all officials, don't care who wins the game.
Yep.
They don't.
Yeah.
They're about calling a fair game, and most of them have the right intentions, and I think that's what, as a coach, I have really taken to heart, is like even if I have a moment, it's a moment, and
move on.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of coach I've always seen you to be. Something you said earlier reminded me of something Jake. You know Jake Linder?
Oh, yeah.
Jake?
Yeah, we went to high school together.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we can't let Jake officiate her game.
No, that's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
But he was on, and he said something that it was funny, but it was so accurate. He goes, well, you know, most coaches want us to be 100%. They want us to get better from there.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
He wants me to come in and be 100. She wants me to be 100% and get better as the night gets on.
Right.
I was
Totally.
like, wow, Jake, I'm going to commit that one to memory.
Yeah.
But you're right. Most coaches that we've met, good coaches, you want every call. That's okay. The problem is she also wants every call.
Right.
And so I'm in the middle, and each time I make a call, somebody's happy, somebody's not.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
you got to tell us. So you told us why you got into officiating and how that happened. How'd you get into coaching?
Well, the funny thing is that I originally, when I got done playing college ball, like I didn't really think
Where'd you play?
I
Where'd you
wanted
play
Malone University in Canton, Ohio, right by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
What
right
level
there.
is Malone?
NAIA.
I played NAIA.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And so I didn't really think I wanted to coach. I love the game. I love kids because I'm a teacher, okay, for my job. And but there was an opportunity at Heritage, and I'm like, oh boy, I know this. I know how this goes. You put your toe in to the pool, and like it's over, right? You're in.
Yeah, I like the
it's not
temperature.
right.
You put your toe in, but your whole body goes
Right,
in.
right.
You
Yes.
fall right in there.
Yeah, and I mean, the rest was kind of a history from there. I mean, I love basketball, but I love more so the opportunity to invest in kids and help kids grow and become better people. And so even like, as an official, I feel like that's also the goal, right? Like,
Exactly.
like all of
Yes.
us are doing this, a lot of us, for the same reason. We just have different roles.
Yes.
And so like,
So
Coach-
do you think as sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no,
do
you're
you
fine.
think learning about officiating, coming through the class, and you've learned the rule book, you've learned how for the most part officials kind of think. Do you think how do you think that has helped you to be a better coach, to develop your girls?
Yeah. I think we respect officials. Like, if I, notice one of my players kind of going after an official, or maybe they have, bad body language, or they're like, what, like what,
Right.
I'll call them on it. We'll call them on it, because the thing is that like, how does that help you move on?
Right.
They made the call. They're the official. You're not the official. You're the player. You just got to respond the right way. And so, and they're the professional. You're not the professional,
Right.
and neither am I. Like, so, and like, so for me, I think it's helped me learn how to approach officials in the right way. I think it's helped me learn to pick my spots a little better, and like everything can't be the battle. Like, right. You got to choose your thing, and if that's your thing, that's your thing.
Right.
And once you have said your piece, you got to
Let
let
it
it
go.
go, and
Gotta
you
let it
got
go.
to
Yep.
coach your team.
Yep.
If you are more worried about the officials than your team, that's a coaching problem.
Yes,
Right?
that means you're not coaching.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I remember one of the college officials that has been my mentor said to me, and I never forgot this, when I go do the coaches meeting, all right, coaches, everybody legally and properly equipped, everybody going to behave themselves? Okay, great. Listen here, coaches. We're approachable, but we're not coachable. And when I
Right.
say that to coaches, they go, oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. And they remember it because it's like,
I like the one that hey coach, I know that you have a wealth of knowledge over here on your bench. Can you make sure that they share it with you and not with us?
Right. Yes.
So based on that,
that's a call out to all those assistant coaches.
I love it. They can honestly be worse than head coaches.
Can.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
they can.
Yes, they
Yes, they
can.
can. And then it's hard as a head coach because now we're putting that onus on you.
Because if we penalize
you have
them,
to control them. You get penalized.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
it's like, so you have to control them, and so you have to make sure you have the right staff in order for you to do your job so that they don't get you in trouble.
Right.
So,
but it cracks me up the coaches that don't know the rule, the seatbelt rule. If the head coach gets a technical or they get ejected, and the assistant coach has to take over if there's an injection, or if the head coach has to get a rep, they don't understand that once they get the first technical, they have the seatbelt rule, which is nothing. It's nothing written in the book, but basically that means they have to coach from a seated position the rest of the game. A lot of coaches don't know that. And I look at them and go, what? I guess they never got a tech
because
before.
most of them are, again, watching NBA.
Yeah.
You know, NBA and you know, they have different rules.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm going to be honest. Have you ever watched me coach?
well,
Oh,
I've officiated.
I cannot sit down
cannot
to
sit
save
down.
my life.
Yeah.
That's
that,
like
that
why
would be a
I
major
can't
penalty.
get a technical. I can't. I just have like made my mind up. Like you got to like
If
You
you
gotta
sit
cut it
down,
off.
if you sit down, it's a temporary
Mind
thing.
your P's and
it's a. I'm gonna
Q's,
sit
right.
down for a second because I'm mad. Okay, now I'm up again.
right. Yeah.
So tell us, as a coach and as an official, what is a career highlight for you? Either or both?
Ooh, I would say, well, coaching. So Heritage went a long time without winning even a sectional game. Okay, like as in like one and done. And so the past 3 years, our team and our program has actually at least won a sectional game every year.
Yay!
Yeah, like
Nice.
in 2021, we made it to the sectional final.
Wow.
We upset Dwanger in the
Wow.
sectionals this year, and honestly, really played well against Woodland. It's hard to win when you don't hit enough shots, right? Like that. I mean, that's basketball. But I think that just, you have to develop a good culture and a winning culture, and part of that is making those little steps of like, hey, this is like eventually becoming an expectation, right?
Right.
And I think like even though like I really try to focus on post season, because honestly, like that's like what everybody's working for, right? I mean, conference titles are great, but at the end of the day, if you're gonna make a run, you want it to be in
At the end.
sectionals, right?
Right.
And so with my team this year, even though our season record didn't really indicate it, I felt like we peaked and we grew at the right times. And I mean, we were playing our best in the basketball in January, and for me to watch my team to hang in there and fight through it and stay together and then pull an upset and nobody thought we were going to be in the semifinal. That's I'm super proud of them.
And so where did you play high school ball at?
Wayne Trace
Ah,
in Ohio.
in
Yep.
I've heard of Wayne
Mhm.
Trace.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So were you a standout player in high school?
I could shoot the ball.
Okay, you were a shooter.
Oh yeah.
And in college as well?
Yes.
So what kind of coaching did you have compared to the kind of coach you are?
Yeah. I think I'm a lot more about defense than what I was as a player, right? Like that's like how it happens is you're like,
Shooters
man,
don't generally play defense.
Right. I tried though. I got better in college because like you
had
have
to.
to. You don't like have a choice, right? But in
Yes.
high school, like
You can get away with it.
right.
If you're a good
Right.
shooter, everybody goes, yay, and they don't mess
Right.
with you.
Yeah.
In college, if you can shoot, great. Can you stop somebody?
Right. Right. And I was like athletic enough. I could kind of use my athleticism to get to kind of get by without good defensive technique, where in
Now-
college you just can't do that.
Now that's
Yeah.
what you say, but I would be interested to ask your coach if they
Oh,
would
me
agree
too.
with that
I
statement.
would too. But like, no, like I mean, my college coach was pretty intense. Like, I'm telling you, conditioning wise, we were
You were in shape.
in shape.
Okay.
Like, that's kind of where, as a coach, I've kind of changed my philosophy on how to condition players, because we just ran all the time in college. But the thing is like, you know, in this day and age, with all these kids playing sports year round and club sports, like you really have to take care of their bodies. You really do. And sometimes, you know, I'm going to be honest, our team, unless it was a culture issue, an attitude issue, a work issue, right, we hardly ever just like lined up and ran, because I don't have enough time in practice to spend running. You know how to run.
Right.
We need to work on actual
plays
drills and play.
yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
is your high school girls, would you say they're in shape?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Do you give them workout regimens prior to the season?
yes. I mean, we do a PSM. So,
What's
so yep.
PSM?
A Parkview.
Okay, yeah.
Sports medicine
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Performance workouts. Yep.
So how do you feel then about rules? Overall, high school rules, are there certain rules that stand out in your mind?
Actually, I was going to ask you about the specific rule, because I know we had a specific rule change this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That being
She acted like she was looking forward to that.
Oh.
She's like, I'm going to talk about
Oh, I
this.
am.
that being well, the one that I wanted to bring up, and I don't know, you can bring up the other one if it's not what I'm bringing up, but the free throw, the fouls.
Mm-hmm.
So the number of team fouls per quarter now is at 5.
Right.
So when we get 5 team fouls, we are automatically shooting 2 free throws,
Which is similar to college.
which
women's
is
college.
Yeah.
women's college. That's what we
Now,
do in
did
women's.
you play under those rules too? 5 fouls?
I
in
did not.
college?
See, women's
Okay.
college has changed.
No.
They change every
You
few
remember
years.
what
it seems
yours were?
like.
We had halves, and it was like high school rules, like
7.
Yep.
Yep.
7,
Okay.
and then you were in the bonus.
Yes.
And the
right.
one-on-one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
now we're doing women's college rules, which is every quarter it's up to 5 team fouls, and you're automatically in the bonus, and
So
then
the
it
rules-
resets
They reset every quarter.
every
Okay.
quarter. And then, so how do you feel about that particular rule change?
Well, I think 2 things. One, we as a team are usually pretty good free throw shooters, because we emphasize that. Well, we're going to keep on emphasizing that.
Exactly.
With that rule change, I think at the end of the game, I think it benefits the team if a team has a lead, and the other team is trying to foul right, and put them at the line, where you would have a 1-and-1, and you could possibly get a miss and a rebound on the first shot. Well, now you don't have that. Now you've got 2 free throws every time, and so I think it kind of
It's going to be a major
it kind
advantage for
of,
you.
But if
It's reversed.
if you're the team who's trying to catch up, like that's a little bit
Do
harder.
you have
I think.
you have any hard-hitting girls on your team? Do you have any hackers on your team? Because I was a hacker. My job was to hurt shooters
Enforcer.
like you. Yes, I like that. Enforcer.
Yeah.
You have any enforcers?
I got a couple if I need them. Yes,
Okay.
yes, but usually like we have like a green light, like usually it's red light, but like for like hey we need a foul. But
so you got enforcers. You can 10 fouls. You can put them in
10
the game.
fouls, right. But like I think you also have to teach kids how to foul the right way, right?
Right, so
We're
they
not
don't
trying to
get
hurt
it in-
people. We
and
just
you don't
need
want
it
them
to
to
be
get it
obvious.
intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
point,
I think real quick on that, I think if I understand right, the reasoning behind that rule is to take away from the extra rebounding situations. So where players might pick up an extra foul, or they might injure someone, those types of things. So
Right.
and also I think in some ways might speed the game up, because if we're doing the 1-and-1, well, on the first one, if we have a make, now we've got to line everybody back up again because everybody's started to box out, right?
Right.
So now we got to get everybody back. Nope, come back. We got another one.
And those are long games when that happens.
Yeah.
Well, you know, looking at that new rule plus the rule they made, I think it was last year, or the year before, with the mercy rule, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Well-
did you guys get hit with that mercy rule at all? Either way.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We played Northrop, so you
Yeah.
can just probably
Yeah.
What
make
was
your
the
own
spread?
guess. What?
Remember? What was the spread?
I
know you don't wanna say it, but I wanna hear it. What
Do
was
we
the
need to
spread?
say?
60?
The spread
Yeah.
was 60?
Yeah, man.
So we could have
Wow.
had a
I know.
running. You could
I
have
wasn't
had a
on
running
that
clock in
game,
the
was
first
I?
half, huh?
I wasn't on that game, was I?
No.
Did you
but
do a
Cra-
Northrop game this year?
Well,
I never remember where I am.
I mean, like, it was kind of like one of those games that where you're just like, you know what? Like, this is, like, for my kids, it was more of like a character game of like, hey, like, we're going to be us. And then we know they're very good. We know who they are, but we also know who we are.
Right.
Right. And so, I mean, like we never backed down. We never had a bad attitude. Like,
Good.
like they toughed it out. Like,
'Cause that's
so,
what I was going to ask is what did they
you know-
learn? And they probably learned a lot.
Yeah.
If
Well-
they didn't back down and they didn't hang their heads, they learned a
Right.
lot.
Oh yeah, and also, I mean, when you can go back on, hey, no one we play against from here on is as good as that team, right? Like, and you survived it,
Right.
You
Right.
survived it, and you may have not liked it, but
Right. But you survived
But
it.
we learned some things. We grew. We moved on.
That's
we got
great.
better.
That's a great
You know?
attitude. That's a great attitude from a coach. So I'm sure that they matured through that process. And let's keep it real. We've all been on teams where we got trounced. I know I have.
Oh yeah.
And what did you learn from that?
Character.
You learn character. You learn
Right.
that
You
what
learn
you
how to
can't win
lose
everything.
gracefully.
Right.
You learn
Yeah.
some people learn how to lose
Not everybody
gracefully.
gets a trophy.
Right.
I don't
Right.
know.
So that's
Oh.
great.
How about a pet peeve?
A pet peeve? Oh, well,
She looks down her
probably
list.
the
Because she
big
has a
one.
list. I saw that. I was like,
Nah,
I got to hit on
Come
that.
on now,
No,
Nicole. We don't have that
No,
much time.
Yeah, Adam's going to
No.
be kicking us out in a few minutes here. So
Probably, and this doesn't happen a lot. I'm going to be honest. So, with the officials we have, not a lot. But if an official blows the whistle before the play happens, oh, I'm asking about it. Because here's like here's my justification. It isn't their job to predict the game, right? They watch it and then they respond, right? Like
Correct.
that's like what
Correct.
all of us have to
Right.
do. We watch and then we respond, and so like I mean I'll usually be like kind of like lighthearted about it. I'll be like, hey, you guessing the game here? What's gonna happen next? Like
Ooh.
right because
Smart
And-
dog.
but
That's a good point.
It
I
is.
usually have a smile on my face. I'm not like angry. I'm just like,
Right.
no.
yeah,
That's
Well-
going to be the last one of those, right?
right.
Yeah. Well,
Tonight,
what's
but, yeah.
interesting is that brings me to the issue of when you see a boys' game versus when refs are doing a girls'
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Go ahead and you can run with that. Go ahead.
I think so. One thing for me is I can like usually tell officials who refereed a boys' game the night before our or the day before our game, because they'll come in. It's almost like they have to adjust to the right like physicality almost, right? Because sometimes they'll just like let thing after thing go, and all of a sudden like you have girls on the floor, you have girls flying, because it's like an adjustment, right? Like I've noticed referees kind of let boys play a little more, where with girls it's like I mean jump balls are like right away a whistle to the point where sometimes I'm like, no one had the ball. Like right. But I think, I don't know, sometimes there's a huge difference in what they allow and what they tolerate.
I'm not sure she would like us blowing her games, because I'm gonna tell you straight, when we blow games, girls games, we've had coaches question us about jump balls. And
I think she would like it. I think that's what she's
I
saying,
hope
is
so,
that
because
they call it too quickly.
Yes,
we're
right.
We're gonna let them
totally.
wrestle. It's gonna be WWF for us.
Yeah, like I like that, because that's like how I played. Like if you want the ball, go after the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Get strong.
Right. Yeah.
Get stronger. If you
Because we've had to tell coaches, if we are not going to blow it in a boys' game, we're not going to blow it in a girls' game. If they're wrestling for the ball, I'm like, okay, did anybody travel? They're wrestling? Okay. Yeah, they got it locked up. Okay, well, now we'll call a jump. But no, you're not going to hear a whistle out of us very quickly.
No.
Yeah.
What you looking at your notes for, Nicole? What do you want to talk about?
Oh,
you got some
nothing.
juicy stuff
another
over
pet
there.
peeve, because she's got 3 or 4 of them there. So
how many
she's
people
only
came to our podcast with a list? She's the only one that came with a list. Let's hear it. Come on, give it to us.
I'm going to be honest, though. The not being approachable is a big thing, especially because as a coach, I work on being approachable to refer. Like I work on myself in that regard. And if I'm in the wrong, I'll apologize. I've done that before. Like, hey, my bad, so and so. Like, right, like I got out of my lane for a second. But I think when referees just have this like attitude of, you know, we're the official, you're the coach, we don't work together at all. Like I think referee officiating and coaching in its best version of itself is like collaboration together, right? Because both of us want a good experience for our players and for our teams, for each other. And so when I'm like confident, I can ask an official in the right way, like, hey, what do you see there? Hey, what? Or sometimes I even ask, hey, what did my player do? Because then I can actually tell them, right? To educate them. I think it really has just made me appreciate a lot of the approachable officials, and I know like they're going to do their job well. I'm going to do my job well, and
we're going to do the best for the kids.
Yes.
So now you got to repeat that story you were telling us before the show.
Oh, okay.
We got to move it quickly, though.
So during sectionals this year, we're playing Woodland in the semifinal, and Craig Hershey, great official, officiating our game, right? And his first half rivalry game, right? And we're on defense, and a Woodland girl dribbles the baseline, and all of a sudden, like I from my angle, she traveled. I couldn't really tell if like she got contact or not, but I saw it travel. Craig was on the baseline. He didn't call anything. Okay, he just kind of let them play through it, and so I'm yelling at him, Craig, that was a travel, and he looks at me and he goes, Nicole, I'll talk to you at halftime. And I'm
that
like,
sounds just like Craig.
Right? And I'm like, okay, because I mean, Craig and I are friends. I have a lot of respect for him.
Right.
So anyway, I'm like, all right. So at halftime, he comes out and we're walking towards each other, and like both of us are like laughing because I mean, I know obviously I only have like my side, he has his side, and he goes, Nicole, the reason why I didn't call that is because the reason why Woodland's girl traveled is because your girl basically fouled her. It was a block, and like if I had called the foul, your girl would have gotten her second foul and been on the bench, or I could have just let them both play through it. And guess what? We're not stopping the game. Both players and teams aren't penalized, and it's kind of like a wash at the end of the day. And I was like, Craig, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for coming out, telling me what happened. But yeah, I mean, like that's.
And you know what, Nicole? That happens more than you think. With officials.
Oh,
it happens a lot. We pass on a lot of things because this team had an advantage, this team had an advantage. We'll see what happens, and we just don't penalize. I know Tanya's glaring at us like we got.
I'm not.
Along.
I just know that we're on a time crunch
so
today. So
need of officials. Where do you think that is?
Oh, it's huge. The fact is this. without officials, high school sports, I don't really know where high school sports is. I don't really know where youth sports is. And so the fact is, like there's got to be a change in how people treat officials, respect officials, and like I think you know what you guys are doing in recruiting officials is awesome. Like I encourage coaches, hey, take the training.
Yeah.
What do you have to lose?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. You gain knowledge.
Right. And I try to be an advocate for them. I mean, because we they are an important piece of the puzzle, and the numbers aren't going up.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And then so we'll just do a little quick plug here. So we actually do have another referee training school class coming up. In August, we have volleyball training. And then we have another basketball training class that we'll be doing in October. So those classes you can register for at reftrainingschool.com.
We also have, you can announce that.
We also have our Hoosier 3-on-3 League that will be starting September 8th. That'll run 4 Fridays in September, and we are holding that at the Christian Community Center of Harlan. And so you can also register for that on Hoosier3on3.com.
And we just had our first Hoosier 3-on-3 tournament. This is a league she's talking about, but we just had our first tournament this past Friday, and it went phenomenally well. We were very concerned that we wouldn't have the number of teams we needed, the number of players, but it was very successful. People were very, very happy and satisfied. I was surprised because people were going, man, this is awesome. Yeah, we'll be back. So
we
that's
were
good to hear.
Yeah, I was super excited about that. So I didn't get to watch many of the games because I was at the table and running around doing other things.
I didn't get to watch any of the games either because I was running around making sure everybody had what they needed.
I did watch the adult championship game. So other than that,
the last thing is I want to promote that everyone can get these Ref Junkie shirts if you're interested. It says trust the process, and on the back we have Ref Junkie, a referee. The noun, it's a noun, a referee with a compulsive habit or obsessive dependency on officiating.
I love it.
That would be us. And then of course we have the sponsors, which is Hoosier 3-on-3 and RTS. We have this in gray and short sleeve. We also had it in long sleeve t-shirt, black, and then we have a hoodie.
A gray hoodie.
So if you guys are interested in getting any of those, just contact us through the website?
Yep, you can contact us through the website or reftrainingschool@gmail.com, maybe.
Yep. We do have we have a Ref Time website.
We
do.
Absolutely. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't.
Ref Training School website. We don't have Ref Time.
Okay.
All right.
Got
All
it.
right. Thank you so much, Nicole. We sorry we had to kind of cut this short. We had some technical difficulties.
We didn't cut it short.
I feel like we were rushing.
One last question.
Yeah.
Out of all your notes, because you're the first one who's come on our podcast with no, I am impressed, girlfriend. I'm impressed. Okay.
I try.
So, I'm okay. So out of all the notes you have, what one final thing that you not get to talk about that's in your notes?
I think that at the end of the day, right, I think we're here talking about officiating, but I think the part of becoming better at like our vocations, right, officiating, coaching, whatever it is, right, whatever you do is commitment to being a lifelong learner, right, and growing and being willing to have grace on people when they make a mistake, right? Because you obviously want that,
right?
When you make the mistake, right? When I make the wrong coaching decision during a game, when you make the wrong call, when a player makes the wrong place. So I think moving forward, if parents, coaches, officials, players all decide to give each other more grace. Yep. I think that's where it has to really start for all of us, honestly.
I agree.
Well, that's a great ending to a great show. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much.
Coach.
Thanks for having me.
No,
Thanks.
thank you for coming with
Yes,
us.
It was a blast.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
Well, maybe we can do it again one day.
Yeah, for sure. I would love it.
All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot. So we will talk to you guys again soon. Thank you, Coach Sasson.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks again for listening to Ref Time, powered by RefTrainingschool.com and Hoosier3on3.com. Produced by Coraggio Media, Ref Time is recorded in WELT Studios in beautiful downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana.
To join RTS, visit RefTrainingschool.com. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time.